So XSplit has this new UI.
Here we go.
First off, I
Yep.
forgot to do the lighting. What is going on over here? Maybe that fixed it. I don't know. Whatever. Anyways, so XSplit installed an update, and it's got this new UI, and things have changed, and they've not left my files right where I left them. And
I'm sorry.
yeah, what does that say? Update your what?
And another thrilling episode of First Ring Daily.
Yeah, it just wants me to update my plugins, and I'm not going to do that. Not going to do that. XSplit. You don't tell me what to do.
You should update. Update it.
Like as we're doing this,
Yeah.
just
What could go wrong?
nothing. Yeah, it could be worse, maybe something like that. Anyway, so you're back from the backwoods of whatever, North Carolina. That's where Asheville is, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Asheville is so far west, it's technically in Tennessee. But, yeah. Yeah.
Good.
It was nice, I guess. Tiring.
Yeah, your pictures look nice.
Yeah, sure. I picked the nice ones. The I mean, a lot of it was less nice, but it was fine.
Good. Well, why you decided to leave us for better or mostly for worse? What was it? Surface launched
you're
that
coming
new.
through this. You're not coming through my headphones.
Yeah,
I just realized.
yeah.
Lately,
You left those in Nashville too.
and I have no way of. Wait, speakers. How about this? Say something.
Test.
There we go. That works. All right. Sorry. Rough start. Just randomly, I will say, what day did I leave? Sunday. So probably on Saturday,
Mm-hmm.
I brought, my last NUC was destroyed by the lightning strike, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I have the previous NUC, which is fine. I don't remember exactly what's in it. It doesn't really matter. I guess it's a 8th gen. Yeah, it's reasonably new. 16 gigs of RAM. It's fine. So I brought that back online. And it has the same problems it always had. It's the type of thing where it goes to sleep and then all the windows jut up to the corner or whatever. But I got to say, like, the experiment with using a laptop as like a docked desktop thing is just, I did it for 2 months probably. It just didn't work. Anyway, so everything needs to be reconfigured. Yeah, it's like when you set up anything new, you got to, as problems happen, you reset them to the way you want them. Headphones, not speakers. Yeah, exciting.
There we go.
Anywho,
Why do people listen to this? This is just
I don't know.
like XSplit didn't work. You weren't set up correctly. This is.
Yep. Yeah, it's just the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, we should just mail it. Anyway, so Microsoft launched the. We haven't talked the Surface Laptop Go.
That's right.
Which, and if you also notice, Paul, they didn't launch a Surface Pro or Surface Studio or a Surface Laptop update. I wonder if somebody mentioned that previously. Anyways.
I lied about the Xbox Series S for 2 years. So
I was like, wait a minute, where's he going with? Oh.
yeah. So what did you think about this stuff?
I think this is going to be what pushes them over a $2 billion quarter.
I do too.
I don't know if it's necessarily going to be this quarter because they're kind of like getting in late a little bit. But this is, I think, to me, the 549 version is just sort of a quasi-premium alternative to a Chromebook. It's not a true, it's a Windows laptop.
So,
but it's not.
I didn't write this. I wrote something about this the day of the announcement because I really think, especially the Laptop Go, is a big deal, and really the ultimate indication that their strategy of whatever years ago that was 2-3 years ago, where it was like all premium, super expensive.
Mm-hmm.
It was Pro 4, so that would have been 4 years ago, I guess. Maybe 5 years ago. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Anyway, it's kind of over. Like they're going for volume now as well. Like they're still going to, obviously it's premium, but lower price points will bring in more users. Really smart. So here's the thing. There was this explicit and then this implicit acknowledgement that all the complaints that I and others have made about Surface Go were correct when they said, they literally said this in the presentation, dude, even the base model will give you the performance you will need. Like this is something you could not say of Surface Go. And they also, of course, this thing has a full-size keyboard. So to me, this thing makes 1,000,000 times more sense than Surface Go for virtually anyone. I mean, obviously some people like the form factor or need the to actually write on it like a tablet. Like I get that, but this is a thing with a reasonably sized screen, full size keyboard, trackpad. What they say is excellent performance, but it's Core i5, right? So it's across the board.
Well, I was going to say the best thing they did, they almost made it perfect. The best thing they did was they get rid of the Pentium Gold crap.
Exactly.
Like they actually put a real CPU.
They're not taking around with it. Like we don't have an M3. We don't have just Core i5. And there you go. Listen, this thing could be a dual core i5. It'd be fine. Like that's all you need. It can go up to 16 gigs of RAM if that's what you want. But think through the pricing of a Surface Go with a keyboard. You're right in the same price range.
Yeah, because what it's like $399 plus then like $79 for
no, it's over $100 for the type cover.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I mean when you add it up, and the other thing is that's not even a fair comparison, because what you really need to get anywhere close to what you get with Surface Laptop Go is the highest end version. And I don't off the top of my head remember the pricing, but it's hundreds more. And then so you kind of go from there. Anyway, I think this thing looks great. It's the type of product that's right on the line for education price wise, the type of thing people would buy for kids, which is awesome. It's an actual computer. People would buy it for themselves, either to have a second computer around the house, which is affordable but nice, or just for traveling, or just as their computer. Like it's good enough to be a computer for anybody, almost, not a developer or whatever. And by the way, the other thing I've always wanted from Surface, fingerprint reader.
Yeah, the problem you don't get that on the entry level one though, unfortunately. But
okay, but I mean,
I'm all about the fingerprint reader.
Most premium computers like HP, Lenovo, and Dell offer both. There's a fingerprint reader, and now they've integrated them into the keyboards oftentimes, which I really like. And then there's the facial recognition, and you can choose. I happen to prefer by a wide margin the fingerprint reader. It's always bothered me that Surface, technically they offered it once. I think there was a Pro type cover that had it. I think it was just once. Like it was like one. I think it's possible they have an external peripheral that has it too. I don't remember. But as far as like actual Surface computers, like putting that thing in the keyboard, when you see that, you're like, yes, and they're going to do that. I hope they're going to do that to the next Pros, the next laptop, the next book. That's something that should just be there. It's so smart. What a great product. It seems.
Yeah. One of the other interesting things they did too is that it's not all aluminum. It's just the deck lid the bottom is plastic.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Even, the pictures of it when I saw it, I mean, because I haven't seen one in person, right? So you look at the photos of it, they have like the angle thing with the kids using it. It's over the shoulder. It does look like plastic, right? So what?
Yeah.
Why does this bother people so much? Plastic is durable.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I thought you almost said adorable, and I was like, what? Oh,
it's
durable.
It can be adorable.
Yeah.
Not in this case. Well, actually, this computer's kind of adorable. I think it's great.
Yeah, I think they're going to sell a boat. Like when I looked at it, I was like, that's like what I'd buy my kid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. And not feel like a jerk for handing off some kind of you'll have to struggle with this. Sorry, your Mac owning friends will make fun of you, even at your age. And,
The other thing too to keep in mind is that if you are in education, at least as a student, you can get $50 knocked off that thing.
Yeah, and we'll see. Apple's going to come out with like an Apple Silicon-based MacBook. We think probably like the old 12-inch version. So those things are going to go head to head. But I'm going to guess it's not going to start at $549.
Yeah. I think I tend to agree with that. I bet it's like at least $599, $699, somewhere around there.
Be surprised if it wasn't $799. We'll see. But
are they supposed to do that this fall?
Yes, that could happen anytime technically.
Yeah, because there should be like an iPhone event, like maybe this week. Well, next week, I guess they usually send them out a week early, right?
Yeah, that's going to be a problem because they're going to ship like the non-Pro versions first, and then it's going to be like November or something on the Pro, and constrained supply, and hope you didn't want it for a Christmas present because it's going to be a little tight.
Yeah.
You upgrading? Where you at? You're on the.
I don't know what I'm going to do yet, actually. I mean, more than likely I will. I got to see what they'll give me for my iPhone, whatever 10s thing that I've got.
We must have 2 cameras on the back.
Yeah, the 2.
Yeah, this might be. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, part of me is like, yeah, you should, and then part of me is like,
I mean, if you really love the design, that might be one push for it. The camera system will be for sure. Although your camera's fine.
Yeah, the biggest thing that I would gain, honestly, probably over anything else, is just the better battery life. Because mine, the 2 years on the battery is starting to show. But
yeah, you can always, batteries are cheap. Get one for under $100.
Yeah, I'm sure I can just open that up with my tools and not
So,
super easy.
but there are places that do this. They're authorized now by Apple. I mean,
yeah, authorized with like a gun at the back of their head, like you can do this. I'm just kidding.
Authorized, still authorized.
There was actually a great interview with. I don't even think it's new, but it was a guy. I watched it this morning. If I can dig it up, I'll try to find the link. But it was a guy whose company was bought by Apple. And this was back when Steve Jobs was around, but in the later cycle of Steve's life. And he talked about the interview where like everybody had done all the negotiations and like it was kind of like the final boss battle. Like they had agreed to a price, the contract was written, but you still had to talk to Steve. And the guy talked about like how intimidating it was to talk to Steve because he would just try to determine like if you were good enough. And he said what are the tricks that he would do is he would ask a question, be like, so how was your dad? And then you'd answer the question, and then he would just sit there and look at you for 60 seconds and like see like if you had to fill the void with noise. And like if you did, he was just like, nope, we're done. And then he would just kick you out. Like just insane stuff. I don't know how that came about. I think the gun to the back of the head, Apple being intimidating, I think is.
That's the perfect asshole. I mean, he really was. I mean,
he was not a saint. That is
bad, good, bad. I mean,
so anyways, so continuing on with, well, I was going to say but your SMB interview series. We have another interview here up today, and I'll just play this back real quick, then we can quick chat about it.
I love Teams. I love having that sort of always on. I think of it as the persistent IRC channel from back in the 90s when we were working together.
So the reason why I pulled that one out is it kills me that it comes back to IRC, because like IRC and like these persistent chat applications and tools have been around for not even decades, probably longer than that at this point.
Well, on that note, by the way, that person is Joseph Jones. I've actually known him for 25 years-ish. Mm-hmm. We both worked at Scottsdale Community College back in the day. We both worked for the same startup in San Francisco, and so we would travel out there a lot together in the mid-90s. So we have a nice history. But yeah, IRC was, one of the ways we communicated back at that time for sure. And it's interesting. It's interesting to me that text-based communication in real time has withstood the years. Like consumers use it on phones through messaging apps with emojis now and stuff like that. But we got to give Slack a little credit for bringing it into the workplace, and then Microsoft a lot of credit for exploding it out into the ton of other functionality we always talk about when we talk about Teams.
Yeah, I just thought it was interesting when I was hearing that. I was like, IRC is like, man, there's a term I haven't heard in a while. But
I know.
It's completely and explicitly true in this instance that, hey, we pretty much peaked in about 2004,
yeah.
5, something like that.
There's no reason to improve on this anymore.
Yeah.
We screwed up when we went past plain text. Just leave it alone. It's fine.
Yeah, once we got to like
the job with plain text, like you do those tweets where you do the little, I don't know what you call it, but you make graphics out of textual
like
characters.
The ASCII art or whatever.
ASCII art, yeah. I mean, it's good stuff.
That was it. Like the early 2000s. That was it.
Yeah, once you saw Star Wars with ASCII art, it was done. Like we've reached the apex of this medium.
It's just been downhill. It's just been downhill. Much like this podcast.
Hey, it's Monday.
It is Monday.
Get what
all
you
day.
pay for.